Good day and welcome to a Twist Tornado World and Society. Today for Friday, March 31st, I'm Chance.
And I'm Bree. Today, baseball and softball will travel to Fort Scott.
This Saturday, JV Baseball will play Labette at 9.
On Monday, softball and baseball will travel to Cherryville. Boys JV tennis will compete in Parsons.
Baseball and softball will play at home against Labette County starting at 4:30. Girls varsity swim will compete at home and JV track will travel to Pittsburgh.
Thanks guys, I'm Jacob and I'm here in the halls and we're going to talk to some staff and administration about this month's character focus, social awareness. Let's go. I'm here with Mr. Thompson in his mediocre office and we're going to talk to him about this month's character focus, social awareness. Are you ready?
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. For starters, what do you define social awareness?
I guess social awareness to me is understanding what's going on around you in different settings, I suppose.
Fair enough. Do you think students in the school are very socially aware, like show good examples of being socially aware?
Yes and no.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
I think this can sort of be a tough one for students and for adults, for that matter. You know, sometimes we just say things that come to our mind without thinking about what's actually going to come out of our mouth, and you know, not necessarily is it going to offend somebody, but is it appropriate in that setting to say whatever's going to come out of my mouth.
Okay, that's pretty fair, and I do see that. And our final question is, do you have any advice or examples you can give kids to learn how to be socially aware?
Well, I guess the advice kind of goes back to my example. Before we speak, we've got to think about the things that we're going to say. You know, while there is a place for truth, there's also a way to say the truth in a way that is loving and caring and that is not going to divide instead of bring together.
Okay, well that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you. I'm here with Mr. Crappity Crapperson. I'm here with Mr. Stalford in his slightly better office than Mr. Thompson, and we're going to talk to him about social awareness. Are you ready?
Hey, Jacob. Good morning. Yes, I'm always ready, you know. Let's roll. What we got? Social awareness?
Yeah.
Okay, so what specific?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you want me to talk about? What it is?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, what do you define social awareness to be?
I think social awareness is being aware of your surroundings and in general just not say offensive things that may offend people that have different thoughts than you or different beliefs. So it's just, you know, just not say offensive things, period, especially when you know you're surrounded by people that may have different thoughts than you. And just, you know, I think it's all about, you know, in America, we have to deal with people with different beliefs and thoughts. So it's letting them feel free to have those thoughts and beliefs and not offending them, especially if it's not offending you. It's not stepping on your rights.
Okay. Another question I was going to bring up is, do you think adults and children, specifically in this school, show good social awareness?
I think so, or at least I would like to think so. When people get upset, you know, with somebody, I think that's when they're using social awareness, but in a negative way. They know the thoughts and beliefs of the other people that have upset them, so they can use some of those to offend them. And sure, I think that happens. I think it happens everywhere. But as a whole, the whole school, I think everybody, we do have a very diverse population, whether that's ethnicity or their sexuality or their political beliefs, and we generally don't have very many issues. So I would like to think that, yeah, I think we do have some social awareness going on with the students and staff.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment. Do you have any advice that you give kids to be more socially aware?
Be nice.
Fair enough. That's all the questions I have for you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day.
You too. I'm here with Mr. Thompson, and we're going to ask him a couple questions about social awareness. Are you ready?
Yes.
Wonderful. For starters, what do you think? What do you define as social awareness?
Well, you got the word social, which means, to me, I don't know what the fancy dictionary definition is. To me, social would be like people. So we're talking about not just you. It's not an individual thing. It's more of a community thing. Society, social, those are all very similar. And then awareness, I take that as noticing your surroundings, being aware, obviously. So social awareness, I would think you are aware of the people around you. So if you want to go into detail on that, it could be being aware of their differences, their characteristics, maybe their background, and you go super deep into it and you're talking about how do you treat other people, how are you socially, do you empathize or sympathize with other people, are you mean, are you nice, how do you interact? So I think when you're socially aware, you take into account all these differences and characteristics of the people around you, and you try to use that to make good decisions on how you interact with each other, to be positive to each other.
Okay. Do you think kids in the school show good social awareness?
Sometimes. Not always. Some kids are real good about it, some kids are real bad about it. I'd say generally speaking, most kids around here are socially aware enough of each other to be nice and try not to offend or hurt feelings of other kids, generally speaking. Nobody's perfect, but I think there's a good effort to be socially aware just naturally and make those decisions that are positive for all their peers, hopefully.
Yeah. Sounds good. And our final question is, if you have any advice for kids who want to be more socially aware, what would that advice be?
There's a ton of quotes and sayings like walking in other people's shoes and stuff. Everybody's going through stuff, so don't judge a book by its cover. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Golden rule, treat everybody the way you'd want to be treated. If you follow all that stuff, then I think that will help you with your social awareness, because everybody's got their own issues, their own problems, and maybe they're going through stuff, and that's why they act the way they do. So maybe you take that into account and you change your response and try to uplift people instead of tear them down based on how they're acting, how they're looking, how they're interacting with you. Just be a positive light.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's all the questions I have for you. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate the time, Jacob.
Those were some really good and introspective interviews. Now let's go back to the studio.
Thursday is the late start day, and varsity golf will travel to Independence, and boys varsity tennis will travel to Parsons. And baseball and softball will travel to Independence.
That's all the news we have for this week. I'm Chance.
And I'm Bree. Tune in next week for more of The Twist. Let's head to Stalford's for our weekly NATO watch.
Morning, NATO family. Here we are back with another tornado watch. We're going to get after it and get the drawings. You guys know the drill. We've been doing this for a while now. Right now, to draw, we got our new assistant principal, Miss Kelsa King, is going to draw the name. Miss King, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
Good morning. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm going to mix them up good. Okay.
Okay. That was Thaddeus? Yeah.
Thaddeus Moore? Are you kidding me? Thaddeus. Student was helping another in class and didn't have a chair. Thaddeus saw and brought it and asked a chair. Noticed and got her one. Went and got her a chair. So he went and helped out another student. All right. That's great for Thaddeus. Let's go get that guy. All right, NATO family, here we are. We've got Thaddeus in here. Say hi, Thaddeus.
Hi.
All right. Thaddeus is going to spin the wheel. We're going to see what we're going to get here. Thaddeus, give it a good spin. Nice spin. Affirmation from Principal Stalford. That's better than $20 cold hard cash. Thaddeus, you know what? Having you walk around here, you always have a pleasant attitude. You're always saying hi to people. You're a great greeter. Okay? We appreciate having you here. Okay? Thanks for being a good student.
Good.
Thank you, Stalford, and to all the participants.